Mini Matters, a miniature and painting podcast.
Hi, it may feel like nothing positive came out of 2020, but we're here to celebrate some of the best pieces that we think did come out of last year. We're going to do that in a series of top 10 episodes. In this episode, we look at the top 10 painted pieces of 2020. It's been a very daunting task coming up with such a narrow list, given all the great pieces that were produced last year. As a result, I've gone to another individual who's well versed at doing so, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi everyone, this is Rafa, also known as Volomir. I'm a passionate painter of fantasy miniatures, Warhammer mostly, but others of course. And I host a website called volomir.com that I'm sure you know of, but if you don't, I don't know what you're waiting for, go visit it. It's kind of a personal website blog where I post everything I do, which is not much lately, but I'm sure that will change hopefully this year. But also spread the word about everything we do in the miniature painting community. I'm sure you know the series, the Do Not Miss. And Lionel contacted me because of this series, I could help him with the tremendous task of trying to find the top 10, in this case, top 10 paint jobs for the past year 2020. And I have to say, it has been tougher than I thought initially.
Number 10, The Woodsman by Rodrigo Akore. This piece was completed as a box art for the Cult of Paint Deogard Kickstarter. The saturated purples and blues make for an eye-grabbing piece. The brushwork has been executed flawlessly, and an expression has been achieved on the face, largely down to the manner in which it's been painted.
So we picked Ruben Martinez, Sir K, from the Echoes of Camelot Kickstarter campaign and a whole range of models that were produced by Big Child Creatives. Honestly, we could have picked any of Ruben's work for the past year. I mean, he's one of the best painters in the world for sure. He's an incredible professional. And I think that this model represents very much of what he's been doing lately. His incredible taste and use of color, his work on the textures, and especially, and I'm sure you'll see the work that he's been doing with projected shadows that lately I would say is kind of a signature of his work.
Isolated by Andy Wardle. When scrolling through social media these days, it's very rare to find a piece that stops you in your tracks in surprise. This one did. Andy is known for his clean execution, and this piece is no different. However, the mood invoked is what moves this from a well-painted piece to a piece deserving a place in the top 10. My personal favourite detail is the rim light and the manner in which it's been executed.
This is Patricia Sancho's Stew. This is just wow. It's a piece that irradiates so much warmth and joy. It's something that takes you off the normal classic line of soldiers and war, and we love it so much. I think technique-wise, the most recognizable thing is the use of those projected shadows coming from the tree. It's just amazing. I mean, you will look at it and you will think that it's something that is easy to achieve, but this is actually very, very tough. And Patricia just resolved it so well. It's such a different piece and just so fresh that we could not miss it on the top 10.
Number 6, The Captive by Marc Masclans. This piece was completed as a box art for Terrible Kid Stuff and is based on the original painting by Patrick Jones. Marc consistently delivers when it comes to quality and execution. However, what sets this piece apart is the accurate replication of the palette choices used in the original canvas work. As a result, the box art looks like it's literally leapt straight off the canvas.
So this one is from Albert Moreto. I think it's very obvious pick for the year, in my opinion. Albert is one of those painters that It seems like he doesn't paint a lot, like 1 or 2 models a year, but honestly, he's actually a very prolific painter. He paints very regularly, and when you see the finished result, you understand how why it takes him so long to paint. I mean, he strives for perfection in every piece, and this is one of those where you can see that everything is just 110% done, polished to the next level. He's like looking for perfection in every single tiniest detail. You won't find anything to complain about.
Number 4, Aikido by Aythami Alonso. This box art was completed for Nico Galaxy Miniatures. It's a piece that keeps on giving to the viewer. The more you look, the more you find. From the casted shadows and textures to the hidden in plain sight Winsor & Newton brush, it's a very clever piece, deserving of your attention.
What can we say that hasn't been said about Kirill, right? Kirill Kanaev is, for a reason, considered to be the best miniature painter in the world. I mean, I can't disagree with that. Any of the busts or figures, models that he painted this year could be in the top 10, that's for sure. But we picked the Viking because I think it encapsulates very well, I would say, 3 things that make Kirill unique at this point in time. First of all, his use of the insane non-metallic metals in historical figures and large-scale models, which is groundbreaking. The way he uses oriented source lighting with heavy, contrasted, saturated colors is so intense and so unique. And obviously, this is not new from him. His unmatched understanding of textures. He's like a 3D or 2D printer of textures. He's just a human machine.
Number 2, Lost Soul by Michael Posarsky. This artist is one of the few that when you look at his work, you struggle to understand how he's achieved it. This is another breathtaking piece by him, with some fantastic lighting. However, the reason it features so high on the charts is due to the hot, sweaty skin effect he's achieved on the torso. It's difficult to understand how he's achieved such a realistic look.
And we are in the top of the list, and for this year, we agreed that our top pick was Dance as If No One's Watching from Arnau Lazaro. I mean, this paint job was like a nuclear bomb this year, and it's one of those pieces that when you see it, I think it takes us from the basement of the miniature painting world, and we're kind of getting closer to what we would call mainstream art. This is a piece that is so refreshing. It's just like the paint job of skin, but there's so much here that's ongoing and at work. There's so many pieces that you can see there just with color, and it's a piece that is so elegant. It's delicate. It's moving. It's full of grace and character. For me, it's a breath of fresh air and kind of an invitation to explore and to challenge ourselves and to do something, out of the box and something different, and the path that we like, to continue in the miniature painting community.
So there you have it. There are our top 10 painted pieces of 2020. I'm going to put links to all the artists in the description below so you can check out their work. I'd also like to thank Volomir for joining me in this episode. If you don't do already, check out his blog, in which he rounds out the most interesting things happening in the miniature world every week. I hope you come back and join us on the future episodes where we look at the top 10 sculpts and the top 10 painters of 2020. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.